So I'll do a video here in a little bit of, in the next few days, of just a couple of different ways you can pull honey. We have been so busy pulling our own here. It's just a busy time of the year. But I did want to show you this one thing, if I can find my keys here for the shop. And that is, we actually hauled our honey away to a colleague of mine in Eastern Washington to extract for us. Hang on here. Just because we just, you know, when it comes to business models, here in Western Washington, it is not a good idea to center much of your business model around honey production, just because it's such a hit and miss. And so because of that, we haven't really invested in our own extracting equipment. Okay, I'll get back to this, but this is going to be funny because we have a bunch of bees coming to the shed here to rob. But soon as I open this big door, there is going to be a wave of bees come out. And there they go. That's just a full wave of bees coming out of the shop. And now they're hitting me in the head. They're not aggressive, they're just happy to be out. There's a few of them in there, as you can tell. But they were all up by the skylights. But let the girls out and then close up the shop before they all come back. But yeah, we got some extra. Those are all bees flying out, not in. We got some extra boxes and everything we got to sort through that came in from the field. But the great thing is that most, if not all, of our equipment's being used, so that's a good thing. Anyways, getting back to this business model thing, I almost bought a full extracting line 3 years ago. And it's funny because we were just kind of starting to get to a commercial level here in Washington. And, you know, all of my previous experience commercial beekeeping was up in Canada, which is just totally different. And I almost bought an extracting line based upon what I projected my honey production to be. Well, long story short, the deal fell through. Not on my behalf, but on the behalf of the guy I was going to buy the equipment from. And that actually ended up being a year where we did not produce any surplus honey. So it was just by pure luck that I didn't put myself in a really bad position financially. So anyways, but after that, I realized, okay, you know what? That's just not a wise business model. You don't want to depend upon honey in our area. And so that's why we actually outsourced extracting this year. Because, I mean, extracting is, you know, it's kind of exciting, but at the same time, I did so much of it in Canada that whenever it comes to extracting season or pulling honey, I'm always happy to go out, get a few pieces of comb off the hive, eat it out of the hive, and I'm like, okay, that was great. That's what I worked the year for. And then I'm good if I don't handle another honey frame for the rest of the year. So anyway, so we outsourced that to a friend of mine. And we actually just purchased a pretty simple extracting line that we're going to put up for next year. But the thing I liked about it was a good used unit setup. So not a lot of capital expenditure up front. Because once again, why do you want to put a bunch of capital towards something that may or may not work? Something that does work is almond pollination, nuke sales, those type of things. And so that's where where most of our focus is. But we will be doing a video here shortly of just kind of a couple different ways you can pull honey. And real simple, real basic. One is using fume boards and the other is just shaking the bees off. But the thing you really have to be careful with this time of the year is the robbing. I mean, if you only have a couple of hives, you don't really have to worry about it getting out of hand, but they can get pretty frisky pretty quick, especially when we're getting into this dearth now. So anyways, just want to do a little update video. Hope your bees are doing well. I'm gonna go and make sure our guard cat is all morale boosted, and probably just gonna wait a little bit while longer for all these bees to fly out. We'll catch you later.